the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. The veteran Matt Prater has this one set to get started. And off we go from Jacksonville. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So here come the Jaguars, and Greg, it brings out Trevor Lawrence. Many ups and downs in his first 4 seasons. Now year 5 for the former #1 overall pick out of Clemson.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is. And this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling. So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game, where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it once more with ETN. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain there of 15. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
And they certainly don't waste any time getting him involved. And we knew coming in that he would be a part of the game plan, but if this is a sign of things to come, he could be in store for a big game.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Forced out left. He runs with it. 13, pretty lucky here. Back-to-back gains of 13. And another first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
On the give, it's ETN. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They put Strange in motion. They'll run. It's the man from Virginia Tech, Facial Tootin. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. points. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars are out to an early 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. To return, here's Ray Davis. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Gonna throw to get things going. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On play action, Allen. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
To the air on third down, here's Allen. Oh, yeah. They will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get 25 on that connection. Good for a Bills first down.
These curl routes. He's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
They've got it. It'll be first and goal after a pickup of 21.
It's pretty clear why this offense likes to get the ball into the hands of this quarterback, huh, Mike? I mean, he is just so effective in this area, and now he has them set up first and goal.
Here's Cook. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Another one from the 5, second down and goal. So now they'll throw it with Allen. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Josh Allen, touchdown Bills. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Bills move out to a 7-3 lead. So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. Uh-oh. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Jags offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They put Strange in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Last play got 15. This one gains 15. And another 1st down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to...
And he'll take this one in. Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jaguars are on top. It's now 10-7. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. And he'll work this one past the the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bills offense are now ready to get going on their second possession. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. Inside the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. It is a big run by Cook, an even 40 yards.
And we've talked about how man coverage can be really good when defending the pass. But, Mike, the flip side of that is it actually can make things a little more challenging trying to defend the run. Those second, third-level defenders, they tend to have their back turns to the backfield. So by the time they realize what's happening, he's already on his way downfield. Penetration is the key to run defense. Stop the running back before he has a chance to get started. That's exactly how it played out here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They need to get this to the 23. Here's third down. From the gun, here is Allen. Moving to his right. He'll try to run for it. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. That one is going to hurt the defense. He's looking to throw, can't find anyone, takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for an exciting touchdown run.
And these are the plays, Mike, that just drive defensive coordinators crazy. You have all of his targets covered up, nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he gets out of the pocket, takes it all the way with his legs. He's just as dangerous with those feet as he is with his arm.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. His kick is good, and the Bills are on top. It's 14-10. So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
They'll go back to Etienne on first down. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. 12 more yards from him there, and another first down.
Doesn't matter the level of football, Mike. If they can't stop it, keep running it until they can. And I think that's what we're seeing here on this drive. Back-to-back explosive gains on the ground. I'd imagine at some point the defense gives it a different look.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
A 19-yard pickup there. First down, Jacksonville.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
Now the pitch to ETN. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Throwing is Lawrence. There's a short one. He's got Strange. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. The Bills with the early advantage. And we'll have more from Jacksonville after this. The Jaguars with the ball as quarter number 2 begins, as they've got it 3rd and 10. They put Strange in motion. Back to throw. Lawrence. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Cam Little for this field goal attempt. This a 42-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jaguars are back within a point. It's 14-13.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bills offense ready to get back at it. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Play action. It's Allen. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
2nd and 10. on the handoff. This is Cook. And he'll take this past the 30. A gain of 6, mark it at the 31.
So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, I think we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game, force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away, and then there's all sorts of options downfield in the passing game.
On third down, it's Allen. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
The Bills bringing on the punt team. Parker Washington is deep for Jacksonville. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Lawrence now. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
So often we see on these deep passes, the defender lose track of the ball in the air. They then tend to panic, and it either leads to a big pass completion or a defensive PI. In this case, he stays in phase. He's able to break the ball up and prevent a big play from happening.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. This one complete to Washington. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. And they decide to bring pressure here on 3rd down, but he does a really nice job, remains calm under pressure. He ends up delivering a strike downfield and keeps the drive alive.
This run straight ahead for Etienne. 15-yard pickup there. That's good for a Jaguar. 1st down.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
Man in motion here is Washington. A 1st down throw for Lawrence. Here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, a give to Etienne. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal. He's inside the 10. Mark him at the 7.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
They'll run it here with Etienne. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Now a handoff, the tight end in the running game. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Johnny Munch, touchdown, Jacksonville. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Little on now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jaguars will open up a 6-point lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. Whoa. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. The Bills offense ready to come back out for this next possession. He'll step up and run this. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's second down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
To the air. On second down, here's Allen. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And he will score. Joshua Palmer, touchdown Buffalo. Now Prater to tack on the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bills will go up by a point here in the second quarter. So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Brian Thomas now, and the Jaguars offense getting set for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In motion is Myers. Play action now. It's Lawrence. The linebacker, Matt Milano, in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Well, 3rd and 19, no problem, as they convert for the 1st down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
2nd down, Lawrence. A quick slant into the hands of Thomas. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help them at all.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Man in motion here is Washington. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. That's into the hands of the receiver, Patrick. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick, because that ball is coming out.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Back with more from Jacksonville after this timeout. On 1st down, Lawrence. This one caught left side, that screen. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
It's all about that teamwork. Come on, this is ridiculous. Turn it up. Put that ball down the field.
Lawrence. Hauled in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Brenton Strain. Touchdown, Jaguars. Here's Cam Little for the PAT. He's got it. And the Jaguars will open up a 6-point lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. The return, here comes Davis. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bills offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. Throw on the run is complete. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff will get a chance to look him over during the break. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Oh, they had a shot there. It hit the 5, but it continues into the end zone, and it will come back out to the 20. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On the handoff, it's ETN. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their 2nd. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think the second that ball left his hand, he wanted to pull it immediately back. I mean, he is lucky, Mike. That ball didn't end up going the other way. He almost gifted them a short field and maybe even some points.
On 4th down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Bills' offense going to take over just before the half. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. That's Davis in motion. Throwing now. Allen here on 1st down. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now a timeout, Buffalo. Their 2nd. As it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Now Allen on 1st down. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him.
The Bills going to use their final timeout here as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Throwing again is Allen. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch. and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Raiders' kick is good. And the Bills will cut the lead from 6 down to 3.
So after that kick, they cut the deficit to 3, and every point matters, especially in these close games. As they look to build on this in the second half, every possession coming away with points, touchdowns, field goals. It's going to be one of those back-and-forth games.
So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Lawrence now to throw on first down. Going up top. And flags come out. That's batted down. It's incomplete, but it looked like early contact. Let's check the call. Cam Little for this field goal attempt. This a 31-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. Halftime coming up. Let's go downstate. And Scott Hansen has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here on the 5th floor studios. A little abridged version of the halftime report here, as both defensive coordinators might be having speaks with their players. That begs the question, can any defense get a stop in the second half? To find out, let's go back out to the stadium and join our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Davis now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Bills offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he'll take this up to the 30. Pick up a 5. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Cook. And he will pick it up. Let's give him a first down up to the 37-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take them down for a loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. So now they'll throw it with Allen. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Gabe Davis, the intended receiver. And third down coming up.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth where the receiver's saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit. I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
Crazy. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. They go play action for Lawrence. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Up the middle, here's Etienne. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Cole Bishop up to make the play.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Lawrence. This one complete to Washington. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Lawrence now to the left side. It is caught by Myers. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. 18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Back to throw. Lawrence. He'll try and get there on the ground. And the drive stalls out as he's brought down. And the field goal unit likely to come on here on 4th and goal.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Cam Little for this field goal attempt. This about as short as you can get. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Jaguars will extend their third quarter lead. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. Now here's Lawrence. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Johnny Munt, touchdown, Jacksonville. He had the touchdown run earlier, now add a TD reception. So Lawrence lines up the Jaguars as they will go for 2. They'll try to pick it up with Etienne. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. Whoa! He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Going to give it to Cook. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Throwing on second down. It's Allen. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That one downfield for Cooks. That is caught. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. Gains an even 70 yards.
Pretty easy to see why he continues to be a main focal point for this offense throughout the entire game. That play not only extends the drive, but now they find themselves in plus territory and hope to come away with some points.
Go with their fullback trying to get it. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bills. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bills have cut the deficit to 5. So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. This